Hey, what's up, guys? So, this is my very first deck profile that I've ever done. Um, so I'm kind of nervous, but I've been playing Orcust Pile over the last couple of weeks and months, and I've really enjoyed the deck. It's very, very good, very consistent. Probably the most consistent deck I've ever played in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. But we're just gonna hop right into it. So up first, we have the main starter of the deck, which is Girsu, the Orcust Mekk-knight. His effect when he's normal or special summoned is he can Foolish Burial a card from the deck to the graveyard, so long as it's Orcust or World Legacy card. It can be Spell or Trap or Monsters, whatever you need. He's he's really good starter, really good normal summon, very strong. And then if he's the only card you control, you can special summon a token to either player's field, one on your side and one on your opponent's side, which is kind of a downside. Um, but until the new support comes out, you kind of have to have that token to go into your link plays if your opponent stops you, and then you just normal summon this. But most people, they may or may not know, but Orcus cards, they have banish effects. Um, once you put them in the graveyard, you can banish them to activate their effects, and then you can start comboing from there. But Girsu is easily the best normal summon in the deck. Up next, we have three Orcust Harp Horrors. He recently got taken off the ban list. Very excited about that. But his banish effect when he's in the graveyard is you can special summon another Orcust monster from your deck to your side of the field. And it allows you to just keep extending and find certain combo pieces that you need in the graveyard later on. But once the new Link 1 and the Link 4 come out, especially that Link 1, both Girsu and Harp Horror will be one card starters for the deck, and it's very exciting. Alrighty, so this is where my list gets kind of weird. Uh, Most people insist on running at least two Knightmare. Um, Honestly, it's not that bad running it at one. I don't mind seeing it in my hand, which we'll get into later in the profile. So you could bump this count up to two, maybe even three, if you wanted to, once that new support comes out. But for now, I'm just playing the one. And the Orcust Knightmare effect, when it's banished from the graveyard, is you can target another card on the field, so yours or your opponent's, and then you can Foolish Burial an Orcust or a World Legacy card. I think it's just Dark Machine. It's Dark Machine, so it can be any Dark Machine card, which most of the time will be uh, World Legacy World Wand. This is another extender. If you send this off of the Orcust Harp Horror, um, you can target the special summon an Orcust card in your banish, and then you just keep extending. And most of these cards, well, not most of them, all of them except for the Girsu, lock you into dark monsters for the rest of the turn, which isn't too bad. Most of the cards that we run in this deck are dark anyway, including the ones in the extra deck. But overall, this card is really good. I love this ratio of one Knightmare, one World Wand. And then finally, for our final Orcust monster card, it's Orcust Symbol Skeleton. So his graveyard banish effect is to target any Orcust monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So it can be another main deck monster in your graveyard, it can be extra deck monsters in your graveyard, it can be any Orcust card, so long as it's a monster and it's in your graveyard, you can special summon it. Alrighty. And then for our spell and trap lineup for Orcust cards, we have the one Orcustrated Return. This one is your draw spell, so you send a World Legacy or a Orcus card from your hand or field to the graveyard and you draw 2. Pretty self-explanatory. This just, extra draw power is always good. And possibly the most broken spell in the entire archetype is Orcustrated Babel. So this card, it just says we can play on our opponent's turn now, so long as we have main deck monsters in the graveyard, we can activate their effects as Chainlink 2 or higher. And we can just main phase 3 and play on our opponent's turn. And then the secondary effect is the turn after it's sent to the graveyard, you can send any card from your hand to the graveyard to add the field spell back to your hand. And lastly, for the spell and trap lineup, I'm running 2 Orcust Crescendo. It is the counter trap and is also a searcher. So, you activate this and it negates and banishes cards. That's always strong. And then you can set it up off of the Galatea, the Link 2 for the extra deck. And then the turn after it's sent to the graveyard, you can banish it and you can add 1 Dark Machine monster from your deck to your hand. But the drawback is you're locked into Dark Machines for the rest of the turn, so it locks you out of some of the other cards that we'll go over in the profile. But for now, that's the Orcust lineup. So, I did say this was a pile deck, and most of you guys probably remember the joke, if you were around during toss format, of any 2 cards equals full Orcust combo. Well, the other memeable 2 card combo starter, I am running a Fiendsmith engine, of course, best engine in the game right now. Probably it's no-brainer. This card allows you to set up for, Desirae, which is pretty much an on-field Omni. It's an extender, because we need 2 monsters to make Galatea the Link 2 right now until the new support comes out. But this is just an extender. You can discard this from your hand to add the spell. You shuffle back a Light Fiend and you special summon it, and it's just a really good card. So we'll play 3 of it. And then the rest of the Fiendsmith package: 1 Fabled Lurrie, 1 Lacrima, the Crimson Tears. This one's to set up your trap card, so you can have disruption on your opponent's turn, should you need it. And that's it for the Fiendsmith monster cards. Spells and traps, we got 1 Fiendsmith in Paradise. You don't really use this set card effect, but you have this in the graveyard, and if your opponent special summons a monster, you can banish it, send 1 Fiendsmith monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard, and most of the time you're going to send the Desirae if you don't make the Desirae, so then Desirae's effect goes through, and then you can send a card to the graveyard. That's what this card sets up. So sorry about the confusion, like I said, first time. But that's it for that trap. And then normally most people play 3 of these, but ever since Stampede came out, I upped my count of Engraver instead. And these shot up. They're really expensive now, so I couldn't afford another copy of this, so I just have the 2 Fiendsmith tracks that normally searches out your Lurrie, and then you discard the Lurrie, and it's off to the races with your Fiendsmith combo. So that's it for that part of the profile. Fiendsmith stuff, it's generic, everybody's running it. I just really like the extension that it gives. So this next package, the ratios are kind of swapped, so this should be 3 copies of Diabellstar the Black Witch. This gets you into your Azamina cards, which, leads to an Omni, or your opponent's monsters lose 500 attack, whichever one you want. But most importantly is This card special summons itself by sending a card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Well, you want your Orcust cards to be in the graveyard so you can trigger their effects. So this card is just a free special summon with any Orcust card in hand that you don't need. Really good card. Instead of 2, you run 3 of this, but you can play with the ratios. I suggest running 3 and then 3 Diabellstars instead of 3 Wanteds. So I'm running what I have. So you would play 3 Diabellstars and 2 Wanteds, but I'm playing 2 Diabellstars and 3 Wanteds. So this card helps you get to your Diabellstars if you need to unbrick your hand. It combos well with the Azamina card. You know, you activate Hallowed Azamina, chain Wanted, and then you've got your Sinful Spoils card as the cost for this. And then you just continue going from there if you need it. This gives you an extra body for your Orcust combos if you need it. Really good card. So this is the fusion summon spell, the Hallowed Azamina, which you do add from the Deception of the Sinful Spoils. So this card just searches out the Hallowed Azamina. It also has a effect where your opponent can lose 1,500 life points and you gain 1,500 life points so long as you control an Azamina monster. And a card is sent from their field to the graveyard. So that's really cool. You don't really play 3 of the Deceptions because you don't want to see it in your hand. But Deception and Girsu is full Orcust and Azamina combo because you normal summon Girsu, you know, Foolish Burial, Harp Horror, and then you activate Deception, activate Girsu's effect to create the token, and then you tribute the token, and it bridges into your Hallowed Azamina cards. Also, the Azamina extra deck monsters are dark, so you are not, once you activate your Orcust cards, you know you're locked into dark monsters, but the Azaminas, since they're dark, you can still summon this entire package. Really strong. Really enjoy the Azamina package. Alrighty, so the last part of this pile that we have, this can really be your flex spots, but I happen to really enjoy this package. It's very free. I really enjoy it. Instead of this package, you could run the cash tiers if you wanted to, since that gives you another added layer of disruption. But for this package, we have the Horus cards. So 3 King Sarcophagus. For those that don't know, this card just says Foolish Burial 4 times. But no, so it's a continuous spell. You can send a card from your hand to the graveyard to send a Horus card from the deck to the graveyard. So this unbricks your hand as well. You get any of your Orcust cards that you don't want, like Harp Horror or Knightmare or World Wand, and get that extra body for the Horus cards, and then you special summon the Horus cards. So that gives you an extra body for your Orcust plays if you need them. And then the man, the myth, the legend himself, Imsety, that's your searcher for the archetype. This guy is very strong, so you send him and another card, any card, from your hand to the graveyard, and you search out King Sarcophagus, and then he allows you to fix your hand by drawing another card. So this guy also unbricks your hand. You send him in an Orcust, and it's off to the races. Full Orcust combo plus King Sarcophagus on the field. Also, Imsety is a dark, so you can summon him later on in the combo if you lock yourself into darks for the Orcust cards. It's very, very good. Alrighty, and then for the rest of the Horus package, we are running 1 Duamutef, 1 Qebehsenuef, I butchered that completely, and then 1 Hapi. That rounds out your King Sarcophagus package. The only reason that I'm running, The only reason that I'm running Q and Hapi is because I need the extra names, and plus it's 2 extra bodies. Plus, if the cards leave the field, these all trigger their effects. Imsety, non-targeting, sends a card. Duamutef draws cards based on the number of Horus monsters on the field. Q says that you can't target them for attacks or card effects, and then Hapi adds 2 from your banished or your graveyard to your hand. So it works really well with the Orcust cards if you need to recycle material. And then during the battle phase, King Sarcophagus, if your Horus monsters battle a monster, it doesn't matter the attack level, it can trigger during the battle phase and non-targeting send that card that you're attacking to the graveyard. Very strong. Most formats revolve around removal, and non-targeting, non-destruction removal is still probably the strongest in the game. So it doesn't float other trigger, or it doesn't trigger any floating effects from your opponent's cards, and that's what we really care about. But that's the Horus engine. I really, really love it. And besides this, you could swap this out for a Kashtira package. So, like 3 Unicorn, 3 or 2 Fenrir, and then 1 Ogre, and then Theosis and Birth, and then start controlling your opponent's cards with those cards, which adds extra layers of protection to your board. But really like this package. Kashtira is strong in it too because they special summon themselves or get extra bodies on the field. Really, really like this one engine though, because of the sends and the draws and then the added effects off of the Horus cards. But I just prefer this engine. You could swap this out for hand traps. I am opting not to do that. We're going for an all gas build. And finally, for the last 3 cards in the profile, for main deck purposes, we have 3 Forbidden Droplets. This is the strongest card in the game. I don't care what anybody says, I'll die on this hill. So, non-targeting, non-destruction, negation is very, very strong. You send any number of cards from your hand to the graveyard, choose that many, not target, and negate their effects and have their attack. This combos really well with the Orcust cards. This is literally free. You send this and any Orcust card, Harp, Horror, Knightmare, World Wand, Cymbal, Skeleton, if it's in your hand, you just send it off of this, and it's full Orcust combo from there, and it stops your opponent's monsters. This is a good going second card. Great going first card too if you end up setting it, because you can send your Orcust cards from the field to the graveyard, and it combos really well with the field spell, because now you've got Orcust names in the graveyard that you can trigger on your opponent's turn, and you're stopping them from playing. Really, really strong card. This is a really good card. Don't sleep on this card. It is really good in all formats. But that brings up the main deck count to 41. My 41st card is actually the 3rd Fiendsmith Engraver. After he came out in Stampede, I picked up my 3rd copy because I've been playing a smaller Fiendsmith package at 2 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, 1 Lurrie, and 2 Tract. But my 41st card is actually Fiendsmith Engraver. Alright, so on to the extra deck. We're running 3 Galatea, the Orcust Automatons. The 3rd copy always comes up. Always, always, always. There's never been a game I haven't played or I haven't gone into the 2nd and 3rd ones consistently. This card is probably your main playmaker, and the Orcust extra deck monsters all have the effect where if you combo it with the field spell, you can shuffle back 2 of your Orcust banished cards. And then she sets a spell or trap directly from the deck, so if you open up the field spell or Orcustrated Return or the counter trap, you can just grab whatever you need next, and then everything but the counter trap can be activated that turn that she sets it. She's your main shuffler, main playmaker. When the Link 1 comes out, I still wouldn't recommend playing any less than 3 because she's just so strong. She gets you whatever you need. And the cool thing about the extra deck monsters is if you don't have a target, it's fine. It's free. You just shuffle back your cards. You don't even have to set anything. You just shuffle them back, and you don't have to activate the effect to specifically off of her set spells and traps. The new support, the Link 1 and 4, do crazy things. I can't even begin to explain it. I know the Link 1 basically adds the field spell. So then this becomes the counter trap as well. So if you're going first, you can have both the field spell and the counter trap with the new Link 1. The new Link 1 just, you can't go into the Orcust Xyz monsters. It specifically restricts you from doing that. But when that card comes out, it's going to change the whole deck. Like, this deck is a sleeper right now. Once that Link 1 and 4 come out, this deck is going to be amazing for rogue players. So next up, I'm playing one Longirsu, the Orcust Orchestrator. So he's the Link 3. And all of these cards, you have to have effect monsters, which is where the joke meme comes from of any 2 effect monsters is full Orcust combo. Same thing with Fiendsmith, but it requires light fiends instead. So you can't actually use tokens to make these, but if you do end up using the token for Girsu, we do have the honorary card. I do believe the token can go into the Link 1 Orcust when it comes out, but don't quote me on that. But for token purposes, the honorary Orcust card of Link Spider requires 1 normal monster, so you convert your token, if you absolutely have to, into a Link Spider, and then you have your 2 effect monsters to make your Galatea and start doing what you need to do with her. And finally, for the Orcust cards, we have 1 Dingirsu, the Orcust of the Evening Star. This guy right here is amazing. Non-targeting removal. Very strong. And his summon condition is 2 level 8s, which combos perfectly if you have to hard summon him with the Horus cards, which does come up sometimes because he does have an Orcust in the name, so if you hard summon him with your Horus cards and you have 1 more monster, you can go into Galatea because she requires an Orcust card. An Orcust monster, sorry. But Dingirsu, non-targeting removal if he's special summoned, and then the other effect is he can attach a banished Orcust card to him as material, and then if a card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach. So it's really, really good. This card is strong. I'm surprised he didn't get banned or limited during TOS format. He combos really well with Cymbal Skeleton, simply based off the fact that you have the field spell, Cymbal Skeleton, and Dingirsu in the grave. Activate Cymbal Skeleton, target Dingirsu, special summon him on your opponent's turn, non-targeting send, or attach, whatever you need him to do. Amazing card. And then you can overlay him on any Orcust Link monster to summon him as well as part of his summon condition, so it can be the Link 2, the Link 3, the Link 4s if you wanted to, anything but the Link 1, and then, 2 level 8s. So that's it for the Orcust extra deck monsters. Next up, very, very standard, since we have the Fiendsmith engine inside the main deck, then of course we have to have Fiendsmith engine for the extra deck. So 1 Fiendsmith Requiem, 1 Fiendsmith Sequence, 1 Fiendsmith Desirae, and then Moon of the Closed Heaven. Those are all pretty standard for Fiendsmith combos. When the new Link 1 comes out, this card is very cuttable. Yeah, it's 2 effect monsters, haha, going to full Fiendsmith combo, but really and truly, you do not need these cards to play. And one other spot in the extra deck will come up where just the Fiendsmith cards serving as disruptions or bridges can really, really help the deck. So, if when the Link 1 comes out, Moon of the Closed Heaven, very cuttable. Desirae, this is your Fiendsmith Omni Negate for face-up cards already on the field. Combo him with these two, and he can have up to 3 negates. And then if he's sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle back a Light Fiend and then target to send a card to the graveyard. So, not particularly the strongest, but you combo this with the Trap, and it's a Send, it's a disruption. I mean, it does what you need it to do. So that's pretty good. This is how you make Desirae, Fiendsmith sequence. So your Link 2, he fusion summons by shuffling back materials. Pretty self-explanatory. And then Fiendsmith Requiem, that's your main starter. You go into this off of Lurrie, you either summon Engraver and keep extending, or you summon out Lacrima and dump either Engraver or the Trap, whichever you need. Very strong. And then they have, both of these have equip effects, and equip, like a equip spell. This one gives it 600 attack. I believe this one says it can't be targeted. So really strong effects, combos really well. You know, it gets you into this is your Fiendsmith bridge, but I mean, you cut this card if you want to, or you can keep playing it. So that does it for the Fiendsmith engine. So so next up is the 2 Azamina cards. This is your Omni negate for card effects. So if you can get this, you can stop Ash Blossom, Called by the Grave, Nibiru, whatever you needed to do, it can stop it by tributing itself. And the other thing is, the Hallowed Azamina spell can recycle these, so these are always summonable pretty much. And like I said before, they're both darks. So Rusilago can get you your wanted cards, so you can make Ilia Sylvia on your follow-up plays, or whatever you need these 2 cards to do, they can do. And they're both level 6s, which is relevant, just like Fiendsmith Engraver is a level 6. Alrighty, so the last 3 slots. These are also technically honorary Orcust cards, because you can summon these on your opponent. So IP, you can set it up on your end board. Link summoning IP is always strong, because you probably are going to follow it up into SP. Or you can also go into your Orcust cards if you need to do so. So IP, SP, really strong staples. Like, you wouldn't even consider not running these. Alrighty, and finally for the 15th card, it's your boy, Chaos Angel. Really strong card. Can't say much about him that hadn't already been said. He's a dark monster, so if you need to, if you're Orcust locked, you can still summon him. And because you're running the Fiendsmith cards, you can hard summon him with both effects for light and darks. So Girsu plus Engraver is full-powered Chaos Angel, or Girsu plus any of your Azamina fusions is half-powered Chaos Angel, but very strong card. Highly recommend running it. It banishes, so it doesn't trigger floaters except for Malice cards. So very, very strong Towers monster, easily summonable with the Fiendsmith cards. But that is it for the 15th slot of your extra deck. In terms of cutting space, honestly, if I had to put anything on the chopping block, it would be Moon and probably Link Spider. So once the new support comes out, you can just replace Link Spider with the Link 1 and run that, and it'll be really good. And then if you need to, you can run a second Link 1 when it comes out, or a Link 4. So these are your two cuttable cards. You can replace these. But for now, at least with this build, Link Spider is a must just for the token. But that does it for this deck profile, guys. Like I said, this is my first time. I've really enjoyed playing this deck. It is the most consistent thing I've ever played. If you could just, give me some feedback about the video, I'd greatly appreciate it. But I hope you guys enjoy this upcoming format. It's supposed to be really fun. Don't sleep on this deck. This deck is really, really fun. I've enjoyed playing it at locals. It has the capability of being a great sleeper deck. It's just Orcust Pile running the good stuff deck. But yeah, thanks guys, I appreciate it.